It's actually was quite a stretch for me because I had to unlearn everything that I had learned in the system.
Mm-hmm.
And it just because of my near-death injury, I had this near-death experience where I saw the afterlife, and I just came back realizing that we are whole. We are creators too. And so I just started to manifest and create different things in my life, the time freedom, the income, and the passion and mission, because I was not very happy, working in the system, working in the rat race. I wasn't seeing the outcome that I want to see or the fulfillment. Mm-hmm. And so, but it took a crisis for me to switch. So it was a little challenging at first, but nowadays it's really easy, and I just tell people just drink the water and see what happens. I mean, it's a pretty low bar, right, to drinking water.
Right, it is. And what is a 15-step process you have, or how much? Because I know I want to mention about Fuji water, but Fuji water is not that. I mean, 20 years ago, it was not that great. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great 20 years ago, but not now.
So any kind of tap water or any kind of bottled water, which basically is filtered tap water.
Right.
Water we know has been on this planet for thousands, if not millions of years.
Right.
Water is as old as dirt.
Right.
And so, so we're drinking the same water that's been around for a long time. And so when they sell us bottled water, they're basically selling us convenience.
Right.
They bottle up our tap water and sell it to us at a pretty high margin. Mm-hmm. And that has a lot of microplastics and little other chemicals, BPA, and other things that come off the plastic and actually cause us health problems.
Right.
So.
Yes, in the last 5 years.
Water today, we know that tap water is an issue. If you remember Flint, Michigan.
Right. I remember
Flint,
that.
Michigan was a situation where the city authorities did not want to spend the budget money, or they didn't have the budget money to process the water correctly.
Right.
And they ended up sending acidic water out to the city and basically gave everyone lead and mercury poisoning because all that came off the pipes. So.
Yeah, I know.
It's becoming an environmental and obviously a health hazard now because, during this crisis, people with health issues are at the highest risk, right?
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if we can just get this into people's bodies, those symptoms that they're experiencing will go away. And then their condition will go away with proper hydration and nutrition, right? So it's the simplest thing ever, but I think we've been so conditioned and programmed and brainwashed by the constant barrage of pharmaceutical drug commercials on TV that we think we need to take a pill for this condition and that condition. So.
Or how about a vaccine too now?
Exactly, right. And so there's things that so we've evolved on this planet and we've adapted, right? And so does every other animal on the planet. I have bunny rabbits running through my front yard, and there's squirrels and birds, and so they all have to adapt and survival of the fittest. But unfortunately for humans, even though we're so evolved, or we think we're so evolved, we've been conditioned to take, this pill or that pill, or take this shot or take that shot, and we can't live without it. Well, that's not true, and that's patently false because it's patent medicine. And so, these companies, they know that they cannot patent what is in nature. You cannot patent air, you cannot patent water, you cannot patent, trees and plants and fruits. But if you modify them genetically, you change them, then you could make it into a business. Then you can be protected by a patent. And so that's what medicine is. And so it's either really simple or really complex. And so unfortunately for people, they're finding out now that the complex is not really really working. It's
Yeah.
costing a lot, but it has many side effects.
Right. And that's why I like.
People now, yeah.
That's another thing I want to mention too, that taking supplements is better for you. Supplements are better for you. Supplements are better for you.
Yeah, simplicity is much better for you.
Yeah.
And I hopefully I heard that question right, but there are people that always think more complex things are better. Like, we have smartphones, and we know smartphones are very complex. But if you've noticed, the more that we use our smartphone, the less memory and the less awareness that we have, because we have more dependence on the smartphone.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
That's true with cars are starting to drive themselves, and medicine too. So the more dependent that we become on something, the less independent we become. And so what's going on in our country now is really an issue of freedom. Freedom of thought, freedom of choice, independence. And so it's quite a scenario that we're in right now, that people cannot figure things out, because we haven't been taught how to think.
Right.
We've been taught what to know, but not how to think.
Right.
Which is quite scary.
Can you give us your background